When it comes to workplace, the most important step is to avoid conflicts. But conflicts are, as a matter of fact, inevitable. Conflict resolution skills is something that I personally believe that they have to teach at schools. Managing and resolving conflicts in a positive way is a first step. We always avoid negative connotations, negative attitude, negative body language. Conflicts are absolutely something that happens each and every day, and it is healthy. As a matter of fact, it's a part of a relationship, any kind of relationship, personal relationship, work relationship. After all, there are many people that they're working together, they have some disagreements because everybody has different points of view. The fundamentals of the conflict resolution are absolutely essential for everyone to learn, and there are some strategies how to resolve these conflicts within the work space. Conflict arises from differences. We all are different. We all select different ideas, different patterns, different choices, and so on. It happens on each and every day that the disagreements based on their values, motivations, perspective, ideas, and sometimes the differences might seem trivial, but the fact is conflict um, per se triggers strong feelings. At times, if we need to set aside our emotions and egos, conflicts will be resolved easily. We need to recognize the type of the conflict before anything else in order to be able to resolve it. More than welcome to share this video with anyone that you would like to. And I will definitely send this file in the chat box below and comment in the box below for future videos that I post. We need to recognize and resolve the conflicts in the healthiest way that it is possible. In any kind of relationship, from personal relationship, misunderstanding happens. People at times, they break up, they have arguments, they take distance, or at times they give each other silent treatments. There are lots of psychology involved within the conflicts that I'm not going to open that kind of a topic in this video, but I will definitely in future videos I will post some other psychological keys that everyone needs to know. Let's practice successful conflict resolution, which depends on the ability of your management skill. It is important nowadays to act upon and be a tactful manager or a leader. You need to manage your stress while remaining alert and calm. The act and the skill of listening is the most important step of conflict resolution. Most of the conflicts happen because each party would not be able to listen and they don't have great practices on their listening skills. By staying calm, you can listen attentively to your partner or to your work colleague, and you will realize what they're saying in verbal and nonverbal communication, their body language. As a matter of fact, you need to act as an assessor and ask questions while they're having an argument with you, because each and every person might have a temperament. They get angry, and while they're angry, no one would be able to listen to them. In order to bring their temper to your level of calmness, you need to listen attentively. Controlling your emotion and behavior would be the next step. In order to control your emotion, you need to breathe in and out and then focus on asking questions. We all have those kind of patterns of feeling threatened, frightened, or feeling left off, for example. In order to avoid that, listening will come handy. Paying attention to the feelings is the next step. Some people, they express their emotions and they want the next person to listen attentively. There are many emotions that cannot be translated within vocabulary, within grammar. Therefore, listening attentively and asking question will be a great, calm, positive step in conflict resolution. We need to be aware of respective differences. We all are different. We all are raised in different homes, with different parents, in different backgrounds, and we all need to avoid disrespectful words and reactions to what people think and respect differences. Healthy and unhealthy way of managing resolving conflicts will be evaluated in this video. Conflict specifically triggers strong emotions and can lead to hurt feelings, disappointments, discomfort. When the conflicts are handled carefully and in a healthy way, lots of differences will will be definitely change into friendship and bigger networks. So look at the conflict as the opportunities to expand your networks by listening carefully, by asking questions, by finding a common ground, and realizing that each and an individual of us, we have something to offer. Unhealthy responses to conflict are categorized by an inability to recognize and respond to matters of the great importance to the other person. At times, people might be explosive, angry, hurtful, resentful with the body language and with words as well. At times, the withdrawal of love, resulting in rejection, isolation, shaming, naming, blaming, the fear of the abandonment, and the expectations of bad outcome, or the fear of the avoidance of conflict. Healthy responses, on the other hand, to conflicts are categorized by the capacity to recognize and respond to important matters, a readiness to forgive and forget, the ability to seek compromise and avoid punishing, set aside the ego, a belief that resolution can support the interests and needs of both parties. Once again, try to think about each conflict as an opportunity that you can expand your network by asking questions and finding a common ground. There are 4 key conflict resolution skills that we're going to evaluate in this video. The first one is conflict resolution by we resolve the conflict by quickly relieving stress. The capacity of remaining relaxed and focused in a let's say heated discussion is absolutely important to resolve the conflict. If you don't know how to stay centered and calm and in control of your emotion, then you may become emotionally overwhelmed in challenging situation, and then you're going to be at the stage of fight or flight. Therefore, your emotion will take control of your logic. The best way to rapidly and reliably relieve stress is through the senses by observing sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, and feel grounded as you feel that I am present. What is it that might threaten me at this time? Listen carefully and attentively to the conversation that you have with the other member. But each person responds differently to the sensory input. So you need to find things that are soothing to you. Conflict resolution skill 2 is recognizing and managing your emotion. How are you supposed to do that? Emotional awareness is the key to understanding yourself and others. If you don't know how you feel and why you feel that way, you won't be able to communicate effectively and tactfully, I would say. To be relaxed and knowing your own feeling at that specific moment and keeping it simple. Many people ignore their own emotions, right? Ignore their anger, their sadness, and their feeling. You don't need to ignore it, but you need to feel present. Your ability to handle conflict depends on being connected to those feelings. If you're afraid of this strong emotion, or if you insist on finding solutions that are strictly rational, your ability to face and resolve differences will be compatible. The third skill is you need to improve your nonverbal communication skills. Believe me, 98% of the communication is hidden in body language communication. Therefore, the most important information exchange is through your body language. If you're crossing your arms, for example, if you're breathing faster, non-verbally, you need to calm yourself down, because anyone who is communicating to you, they will definitely mirror your image. If you're calm, they will mirror your image. Nonverbal communication would include eye contact, facial expression, tone of your voice, your posture, the touch, the gestures, and so on. When you're in the middle of the heated discussion, you need to pay attention to the other person's nonverbal signals. They will definitely help you to figure out what your other word that you are about to say might be like. You need to build rapport. You need to build trust with the next person to get into the root of the problem. Simply, nonverbal signals such as calm tone of voice, reassuring touch, empathy, sympathy, concerned facial expressions can go a long way in resolving the issue. The next step and the next skill is you need to use humor to play to deal with challenges. Challenging situations are inevitable and everyone might face with. You can avoid many confrontations and resolve argument and disagreement by communicating in a playful or humorous way. Humor can help you say things that might otherwise be difficult to express without creating a flap. However, it is important that you laugh with the other person, not at them, meaning that sense of humor will soften and make that situation smoother, and make the situation ready for you to communicate. When humor and play are used to reduce tension and anger, reframe the problem. Keep it positive and put the situation into perspective. The conflict can actually become an opportunity for greater connections and intimacy. As I keep saying, you need to expand your network and find a good opportunity within any kind of conflict. So tips for managing and resolving conflicts are coming below. You need to make the relationship as your priority. So maintaining the strengthening your relationship with the person that you're having the conflict will definitely give you the opportunity to win in the argument. And then you always focus on keeping that relationship respectful and try to listen attentively. You need to focus on the present, the words that are given. And we don't need to carry the past conflicts or past situations or the history that I've had with anyone that I'm communicating with. Keep it present and talk about the topic that is present right now at this moment to avoid resentment, to avoid making the situation worse. Rather than looking for the past situation or the assigning blame, focus on what you can do here and now to solve the problem. The next step is you need to pick your battle. Conflicts can be draining and exhausting. So it is important to consider whether the issue is really worthy of your time and energy. Maybe you don't want to surround yourself by some unnecessary communication or the argument. Maybe you don't want to surrender a parking space when you're parking in a spot that someone is quickly getting your spot. You don't want to go over a heated discussion for like 15 minutes to find another parking spot. You can easily find another parking spot by just moving it. But if there are dozens of spots, arguing over a single space is definitely not worth. The next step is you're willing to forgive. Forgiving and forgetting would definitely assist anyone to resolve conflict. So resolving conflict at times might be challenging if you're unwilling to forgive or forget. Resolution lies in releasing the urge to punish the next person verbally, emotionally, or in any way, which can never compensate for our losses that we have at that. The next step is you need to know when you need to let go of something. So if you can't come to an agreement, agree to disagree. It takes two people to keep an argument going, right? So if you leave the denominator, obviously the argument and the conflict will be ending soon. Make sure that you subscribe and follow my other videos for further information. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next session.